Hello everybody, Michael the Librarian of Magic here, finding and cataloging the magic and pointing you to it, back again with another drawing of a Disney villain for today, October the 12th. By now, if you've watched these videos this far into this series, you probably know all of my disclaimers and information about where to find my videos, so I'm just going to skip straight into today's villain drawing. Today's drawing is two different versions of Pete, also known as Peg Leg Pete, Pistol Pete, Black Pete, and a bunch of other Petes. Dirty Pete, Sneaky Pete, so on and so on. In drawing these and looking up reference for the character, I actually learned a lot that I didn't know, and I'm very glad that I chose this character to draw. Pete is actually the oldest continuously used Disney character of all time, debuting in 1925, a full 3 years before Mickey Mouse. Pete appeared originally in the short cartoon Alice Solves the Puzzle as an unnamed character who was supposedly drawn to resemble a bear. But officially, this is another thing I learned that I never knew, officially Pete is a cat. He was conceived as a cat to foil Mickey Mouse, cat, mouse. And you can tell in the Steamboat Willie version, this is just the face, which is somewhat cat-like, but especially if you watch the short, he's got a long tail, and he's definitely a cat. But apparently, officially, still a cat. Pete was conceived by Walt Disney himself and a Disney legend animator called Ub Iwerks, who worked with the company for a long time back in the old days. Then after Alice Solves the Puzzle in 1925, when he debuted, Pete also had a short history as being a villain in the Oswald the Lucky Rabbit shorts before Mickey debuted, and delving into the history of Oswald the Lucky Rabbit is a whole other video as far as what all that character entails, but it's very interesting. It's something to look up if you're interested in. But Oswald the Lucky Rabbit is a Disney hero character that predates Mickey Mouse. Then in 1929, after Steamboat Willie, there's a short called When the Cat's Away that also features the similarly looking this version of the character, who signs his name in the cartoon as Tom Cat. Then in the Mickey Mouse comic strips in 1930, he was noted in that comic strip as Terrible Tom, the Vile Villain, which was sort of written down once and then never stuck. And then in that same year, in 1930, during a short, they had Mickey call the character Peg Leg Pete, and the name stuck from there on out. He was always Pete. So all of that was very interesting. That was new to me. I didn't know that he was the oldest continually used Disney character, and I thought that was really cool. My fandom of the character, or the reason I decided to draw him, even though I absolutely love the Steamboat Willie version, and I absolutely love Steamboat Willie and the aesthetic, it is a beautiful short. This is the version of the character that I grew up with and that I came to love, especially through Goof Troop on the Disney Afternoon. But probably my favorite appearance of this version of the character is actually in Mickey's Christmas Carol. He appears as the ghost of Christmas Future, and he's kind of like spooky. He smokes a cigar, and he's kind of like scary in a way. But he's pretty suitable for that little role. In the newer incarnations of the character from Goof Troop, pretty much on, whenever this character has been used more or less, he has been wonderfully voiced by Jim Cummings. Jim Cummings has done tons of different Disney voices over the years, and lots of voices that you probably know. He's a well-known voice actor. He did voices on Tasmania, Animaniacs, many shows. But Disney-wise, he took over for the voice of Pooh from the original Pooh, Hal Smith, Winnie the Pooh, and he also took over the voice of Tigger from the original Tigger, Paul Winchell, and now regularly voices both of those characters in all the various Disney materials, including the new, or relatively new within the last couple of years, live-action Christopher Robin movie, which, if you have not seen, I highly recommend. It's not the greatest Disney movie for kids, in my opinion, but if you are an adult and somebody who wants to see a story about tapping into childhood magic. Essentially, everything that the purpose of my channel is about, the reason I'm doing all of this in the first place, is all wrapped up into that movie. And Jim Cummings's voice acting in that as Tigger and Pooh is remarkable. It's a really great movie. I highly recommend it. But yeah, growing up watching Goof Troop, in Goof Troop, he's not really so much villainous as he is just sort of a jerk. He's Goofy's friend, and he comes through for him when needed. I mean, they have a friendship that persists, but he's also kind of a jerk of a neighbor sometimes too. But that's in his nature. He's sort of a good-natured jerk. Which is sort of evidenced by the fact that he's kind of smiling here and he's more villainous here, because he's truly villainous in that mode. So anyway, I really had fun drawing both of these. He's a really great character. I love the booming voice that Jim Cummings gives him. I never knew officially that he was supposed to be a cat. This makes sense. Could have fooled me here, but that's okay. I like it. Why not? So that's Pete. I hope this was informative for you and enjoyable. I really learned a lot making this particular episode. So I'm really glad that you decided to watch this video. I hope you're liking this content. Give me a thumbs up or a comment down below and let me know what you think. Let me know if you grew up with Pete, or if you knew some of the things I didn't know, or maybe you know even more stuff. Maybe there's more to uncover about the character and his appearances, since he has been going for so continuously long. Anyway, let me know. As always, thanks for watching these videos, and I'll be back with another one tomorrow. Bye-bye.